world and have paradise on earth while everyone around you is going insane. And believe me, anyone that has anger, anyone that has anger, fear, doubt, loneliness, emptiness, uh, think of themselves as poor, rich, or whatever, are insane. You're insane. All angry people are insane. And I want to say, look around you, you see it, but you can't see it if you're a part of it. You cannot, you will not see it if you're a part of it because it starts inside of you first. You got to overcome the insanity inside yourself. Then you see it clearly outside of you, inside of others. And you will be protected from it without your effort. I can't, though I clearly understand it now, so I have to communicate with you, so I'm using words. I'm consciously using words, right? I can't believe that I'm looking at a genocide upon white people in America. I knew it was happening in other white countries because we reported on it in South Africa and other part of the Western world. But to outright see it in America, when on one hand they say, well, we're not supposed to discriminate. We're not supposed to do this to people. And they're outright doing it to white people. They are committing genocide. You can't hide. You're committing genocide against white people. And all races, it seems, at least they're not speaking out loud about it if they understand it, all races seem to be willing and too happy to go along with committing genocide upon white people. All races. I don't hear the Jewish people speaking out against it, the Palestinian people, the Muslim, the liberal whites. I don't see the blacks. I don't see or hear any other race of people speaking out against the genocide upon white people. I keep seeing this commercial on Fox Station Network where they promote, and I forget their numbers, says however many years there's been a genocide or something against Jews, anti-hate hate or something against Jews, blacks, Muslim, they say, and somebody else. White people not even mentioned. I mean, there is a genocide upon white people in their own country, in their own land. And then if a white person does mention it about how they're being attacked, they automatically get rid of them so fast you forget them. You forget that they existed. And I've seen that through the years. I remember there was a white man who owned I guess it was a baseball team or a basketball team here in L.A. And we reported on it years ago. And somehow or another, he got mad at some black girl that he was either dating or had been dating or sexting or something. And he was jealous of her hanging out with other black people, black basketball player. And he said something about it. They turned him into a racist real fast and got rid of him and his team. And we haven't heard hide nor hair of him since. How come? I really want to know, why is this permitted? And what's wrong with majority white people that they won't just speak up about it? Of course you're going to be attacked. That's what evil does. When you shine light on it, it's attack you. It does on the inside and outside. But it's attacking you anyway. attacking you anyway. There's a genocide upon white people, and nobody seems to care. They point out every race but the white race. I was interviewing a nice lady the other day, a Jewish lady who had babies when she was 60. She had 7 twins. And I'm sorry, don't remember your name, but she admitted, yeah, it's happened to the white, but she wouldn't say it in the beginning. But it's like so wide open and wide done, and yet so ignored in the white man's world. It's like somebody come to your family members or something come to town to visit for vacation. Like, oh, I want to stay with you for a week or two. All right, how long? For 2 weeks. Okay, you can stay here 2 weeks. And then the 2 weeks are up, and they want to stay a little extra longer. And you say, no, They get mad. And then they eat up all your food. You go home thinking that, oh, my God, I can't wait to get home to have the rest of my candy yams. Mouth get water for the candy yam. You go and reach in the refrigerator for the candy yams, and the candy yams are gone. You're like, you ate my candy yam. You want to throw them out right then and there. But had you had the courage to get rid of them when the 2 weeks was up, your candy yam would be there when you reach for them. So if white people had the courage to speak up years ago, instead of falling into a phony idea, oh, we just feel sorry for the blacks. And maybe we are responsible. Our ancestors did. Your ancestors ain't done nothing to the blacks. The blacks have done it to themselves. Nobody does anything to you. You do it to yourself. They are now in the government. And we pay taxes to the government to work for us. But they're doing what they want with our money, with whatever they want. Now, they don't care. They don't think they can get fired. It reminds me of that Gavin Newsom guy. He has screwed up California. And he can go on TV and say he didn't do anything. It's a Republican. And yet they'll vote him in again. Amazing. So even the government is discriminating against white people. New York Post. Boston Mayor Michelle Wu, or Yu. Is it you or Wu? Wu. Wu. It's Wu. Wu is not dreaming of a white Christmas. This is so-called mayor of a city. She's not dreaming of a white Christmas. And invite concern in the Boston mayor holiday party, specifically for elect of colors, was mistakenly sent by an aide to all members of the Boston City Council. So according to this report, this woman going to have a Christmas party, but it's not for white people. White people not invited. It's only for the elect colors. Watch this from ABC.
Tonight, Boston's Mayor Michelle Wu admits that a mistake was made in an invitation to a holiday party. Members of the Boston City Council received an email invitation to what's called a gathering of electeds of color. Not all members of the council fit that description.
I think we've had individual conversations with everyone so people understand that it was truly just an honest mistake that went out in typing the email field, and I look forward to celebrating with everyone at the holiday parties that we will have besides this one as well. So it is my intention that we can again be a city that lives our values and create space for all kinds of communities to come together.
The mayor apologizing for any confusion that the original email created.
That's all she has to do is apologize, right? And they're going to be having more parties. Is it just for white people party next? This was just for the colored people party next? This woman ain't no colored woman. Why they make her be a woman of color? This woman is whiter than snow, whiter than Hake, or Sean, my producer. How is she a woman of color? When did they start making everybody else people of color except white people? Remember when the fight started some years ago? It was just the blacks. But now everybody is of color except white people. How did that happen? Wu ain't of color. And they said she married to a white man. Wu ain't of color. And, she just apologized for it. Ain't no big deal. Don't worry. Could a white woman done the same thing in government and left Wu out of the party and just apologized and it's over? In America, first of all, Wu is a foreigner. She looks like a Chinese. She should not be in our government. She's a foreigner. She should not be in government. She is a foreigner. She's a female. She should not be running government in leadership role. She is racist against white people or hateful. No such thing as racist, right? But evil, hateful against white people in their own country. She should not be in our government, period. This is like marrying the enemy. You know how black people complain about white people and then they married to them? This woman apparently don't like white people, and it's been reported she's married to a white man. How come she can get away? This is genocide against white people. How can she get away with that? And if a white person did it in their own country, they couldn't get away with it. Why is it good for the goose but not for the gander? The Sun is important. Michelle Wu is the first so-called woman and person of color. Wu ain't no person of color. Wu ain't no person of color. And blacks don't like Chinese anyway. If you doubt me, visit one of the Chinese businesses in the black community, you'll see. Asian businesses. Wu ain't no person of color. Black people only are people of color, nobody else. Just like saying a man is a woman when he's not, a woman is a man and she's not. Wu ain't no person of color. Wu is white looking, or whatever the Chinese color it is, they are. They look white to me. A little brownish or something. But she ain't no person of color. The Sun is reporter, Michelle Wu is the first so-called female, they don't say female, I said, so-called woman and person of color to be elected to Boston mayor. And many are curious about her husband. This is her husband. Look, does she look as white as her husband? Those little babies look white to me. A little Chinese. Oh, a little Chinese, but white Chinese with good hair. If you got good hair, you ain't no person of color. They look white to me. The boy that she's holding look all white because his eyes are normal. And then the man holding the boy, look a little Chinese by the eyes. Okay. She ain't no woman of color, that's for sure. There's a genocide upon white people. And you can't hide. It's apparent now, at least to me. Maybe I'm the only one. And I think the hate report see it. And I know the anchor baby sees it.